Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5 minute or less video. I worked for IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I've worked about 10,000 cases. I don't need a fancy suit and tie, and I don't need to read from a script. My office is across the street. I shoot these videos at home. So you can find out the truth. I have a whole team of former IRS agents. Many of you have come to me because you see me on the national news, and people come here to find out the truth. You can ask me questions about that truth, and we try to give you the information you need and give you insider information from IRS when it's applicable, and to educate you. You can make a Calendly appointment with us if you want. Ask me questions on my YouTube channel. Anyway, today what I want to talk to you about is this Fresh Start program. People go ahead, you have to know the truth about this. This program for Fresh Start came out in 2011. It's you can imagine how old this program is. It's 12 years old, and to be really honest, many people go ahead and are lured in by this advertising, qualify for the new Fresh Start program. To be honest, some people benefit. About probably 5% of people can benefit from this program, but the same old rules stand. They changed some things about the lien and a couple things, but to be honest with you, it's an advertising gimmick today. They'll say, oh, there's new programs, this Fresh Start's going to do this and that. To be honest, it's just a hook, and it's something that they're just going to stick in your mouth and pull, reel you in, and then they're just going to charge you really big, heavy fees to go ahead and do the same representation that the Fresh Start program doesn't really go ahead and help you. If you're trying to go ahead and do the offer and compromise, nothing is really going to help you really realistically through the Fresh Start program. You've got to know all about the IRS offer and compromise to qualify. So I'm just going to briefly tell you, don't get cooked up with the Fresh Start because it ain't going to do you a damn bit of good. And secondly, if you want to do the offer and compromise, and that's what most people advertise, get your settlement through. What a bunch of crap. I taught the offer and compromise program with the IRS, so just let me tell you what this is about so you don't get reeled in. Do not do this offer and compromise by yourself unless you do a lot of due diligence. There's nothing wrong with filing this offer and compromise by yourself if you know what you're doing. The forms are long, they're complicated, they're very exacting. If you don't owe a lot of money, I tell people, file the forms yourself. Just do it. Just know what you're doing. If you owe a larger debt, you're crazy to file these forms, because it's not so much of just filing the forms. It's knowing when to file the forms and what IRS is really looking at. Just so you know, IRS is going to drill down on your income and expense, and IRS is going to drill down on your assets. IRS wants to know what the liquidation values of your assets are, and if they exceed the tax, don't file the offer and compromise, because IRS isn't going to accept that. IRS is going to look at your income versus your expenses, and you better know before you start the offer that IRS is only going to allow you certain expenses. Yes, IRS is only going to allow you certain expenses for food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and operations of your vehicle. If you want to know what those are, they're all publicized. Go to the IRS National Standards for food and clothing, for housing and utilities, for vehicle ownership costs, for vehicle operation costs. You will then find out what you can put down on that statement. The offer and compromise is not for everyone. I think IRS accept 14 or 15,000 offers and compromise throughout the entire United States, and my guess there were 70,000 filed. You really need to go, like I said, if it's a small offer, do it yourself. If it's a large offer, go ahead and get someone. What you have to understand about the offer you can go ahead and look at someone's offer form and say, if you do this, this, or this, you're going to actually get a lower settlement. I've worked these offers. I know what I'm talking about. I'll give you one perfect example. If your car payment is $290 or $300 a month, IRS allows you around $600. So you may want to change your car payment because IRS allows it. There's a lot of little changes that you can make on the offer form that will drive your offer down and be more conducive for IRS to accept your offer and compromise. So remember, if you're looking for this Fresh Start program to be some sort of miracle, to be really honest, it's nothing but a hook to have you call a company where you're going to talk to salesmen and they're probably going to rip you off. That's the truth. Anyway, you can make an appointment with us if you want on Calendly. You're welcome to go ahead and please give me please go ahead, if you would, and give me questions. I'd like to know, and we love subscriptions because it's very important. YouTube thrives on subscriptions, so you would help me out. Thank you very much.